Here we are. Welcome to
new sound effects
what would
by
have
Jeff.
been. I couldn't help myself. After Hours, Jeff and Julia on your KSN Plus app, which you can download on your Roku, Apple TV, or Fire TV. You can also join the fun on Facebook. We love chatting with we call it a community cast because it's been a weekend, and hope all of you that are tuned in had a great weekend and are off to a great start this week.
Yeah, we want to know what you did this weekend as well, so chime in on Facebook. We love that. What did we decide we were going to call it? Not our weekend recap.
Weekend Rewind. Is that it?
Weekend Rewind.
Weekend Rewind?
We said we can't call it a rewind.
We can't say it.
Because we can't, that's why.
Can't say it, yeah.
Well, either way, it's a weekend. See, that's why we can't call it that.
That's right. Well, what were we calling it originally? We were calling it the info dump.
An info dump, and we said we don't like that.
Doesn't sound
appealing. It doesn't sound
people would,
appetizing.
Tune in for that. I'll skip. Yeah. Well, what should we call it?
We're going to workshop it with our friends here.
Essentially, when we come on we haven't had a normal week of podcasts for a month. So this week, I was just telling Julia that we get to do this 3 times this week. Normally, that's our normal schedule: Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 7:30 to 8:15. And so normally on these Tuesdays, we would do kind of what we did on asking you what you did this weekend, this last weekend, and we talk about kind of, some of the experiences we had. But we haven't had a consistent schedule for a few weeks. So we haven't had I don't know, the last time we did a Tuesday.
Neither do I, but we are back.
Okay, we're back.
And we're almost consistent because next week is Thanksgiving.
So yeah, we will not be here Thursday or likely Wednesday or Tuesday. We might just take the week off next week and then rendezvous when we come back the following week. And that would be a good thing to do. We can ask everybody about their Thanksgiving and how it went, how their shopping
Something
is
always
going.
goes wrong on Thanksgiving.
What do you mean?
Like, right? Like, we were putting up the Christmas decorations and, like, we blew a circuit or I ruined the turkey or,
Or Uncle Jim is, had one too many and he's fighting with Aunt Mary and,
That's entertainment.
Well, for some of us, yeah. Well, but that will be exciting to hear. Yeah, what went wrong? That's what we should do.
Yeah.
What went wrong?
We don't want to know
with
what went right. That's not fun.
Don't tell us about the positive things. We want to hear about the drama over your Thanksgiving.
We already have a couple things from the weekend.
Oh,
26-year-old Olivia chiming in. Happy Tuesday, Jeff and Julia. I spent time with my boyfriend, which is so fun. What did you do?
Nice, yeah.
And Doug said, cried Saturday, Texas versus Georgia, but then Pentatonics on Sunday.
Oh, I like the Pentatonics.
I saw a picture, and this is related for you, Doug. Are you a dance dad? Because I got to see a picture from Doug at Pentatonics. But I want to know. And then he celebrated last night, Dallas versus Vegas.
Yeah, Dallas with the big win. I'm sensing a fan theme there.
I think he's from Texas.
Well, there you go. That would make sense. I was kind of pulling for Texas too over Georgia, but didn't work out for Arch and the fellas.
Yeah.
So that's all right.
Oh well.
Okay.
What did you do this weekend?
I did a lot of nothing.
Oh, you really tuned that up.
The one highlight this weekend I did that I think I mentioned to you. I did a cruise. I did
yes.
I call it a county cruise. And what I like to do, I love the Flint Hills. I love to explore the outdoors, and I just like being outside. And it was one of those weekends where you just had to be outside. I was like,
Stunning,
oh my gosh, I got to be outside. So we got in the old side-by-side, the old, utility vehicle, the UTV. And we just cruised around Greenwood County, went all the way to the Butler County line, and then back. Didn't quite get to Woodson County, but we were basically south of 54, but north of 400. And there's a lot of beautiful country in between there, a little town of Reese and some other things in that area. And it's just, that's what I did. And that's a 4-hour commitment, and that was my Saturday.
You say a side-by-side.
Yeah. That's what it's. So it's or a UTV.
It's a UTV. Okay.
Some would call them an ATV, but this was which means utility vehicle.
Yeah.
Instead of the sport. Instead of
the motorcycles with the little buckets next to it.
Like a sidecar.
Uh-huh.
That's what you think of. You think of like a sidecar.
Picture of you in the sidecar.
My grandfather, I used to ride in sidecars all the time. I actually think they should bring those back. They're fun. I think they're really dangerous, which you don't see a lot of them around anymore. But yeah, that's what I did, and it was a great time. Saw a lot of beautiful country, hundreds of deer.
You said that, tons of them.
Yeah, I think hundreds would be a little bit of an exaggeration, but in that little 4-hour time period, at least 60 or 70 deer, mostly doe, running across the dirt roads and all that kind of stuff.
So instead of hundreds, less than 800.
Yeah, I would say, I said hundreds. I didn't mean that.
Hundreds and hundreds of deer.
But they're thick out there. I know you're all watching. I mentioned this the other night. We had a story. We did a story, a very sad story about a woman who hit a deer, ended up losing her life in the process. But I feel like they're more than normal.
You said that leaving. I think it was last night.
I know it's the time of year.
Yeah.
I know it's that they're out running around. But even, and I've been here for a lot of decades, and I seem to be seeing more. Now, maybe I'm just more aware. Like, maybe I'm in my head. I'm like, okay, when you know it's deer season, you're like, okay, the deer are out doing their thing. And so maybe I'm just more aware. But it sure feels like there's more deer on the roads this particular this year than like in years past, same period of time.
Yeah. All I know is every year since I've lived here, so 4 years, every year, everybody should say, there's more deer this year than last year.
Yeah, they
and
do
you
say
fit
that.
right in.
Yeah.
So I started to say that.
Yeah.
I said that my first year here, there's definitely more deer here than last year.
I think it's because we have short memories. And it's like, you know what I mean? Like when you're saying like, I just don't remember it ever being this hot. Like, well, no, it's been this hot.
Always, yeah.
Or cold. When was the last time it was so cold? You're like, well, last year. It's the same thing. It was very cold last year, too. I don't know.
I do think there's something to be said about the deer, though, because, like, I live near an area there's a ton of deer.
Yeah.
And I go super slow knowing that they're going to be out.
One of our producers was at Kellogg and Webb.
Oh, yeah.
And there's deer running across Kellogg at Kellogg and Webb. I mean, if you're a deer, it's probably not a good place to be.
Good thing you put out that PSA.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking out, I care about the deer. I care about the deers. But yeah, so you've got them running around downtown. You got them running around off of Kellogg, at Kellogg and Webb, and of course in the country. You and I both live in areas that are, I think, prone to deer. Kind of. Yeah. We don't live in the country, but you're not in a.
I'm in an area that has deer, yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that I live in an area with deer. I don't know why. I remember moving there and seeing like the deer crossing sign and thinking about like, oh, this is so magical.
Yeah.
And then now as I'm driving home at like 11 o'clock at night, I'm like, this is terrible. It's not magical.
That's why I like living with all the geese. It's magical.
Don't even get me started on the geese.
I'm kidding.
I came out here in September, I think, to tour the station before I moved here. And there were no geese. And I bought my house on FaceTime, and it's near a pond. And I moved in November.
You get to hear the geese music.
And oh man, I remember moving in November and like being in my bedroom trying to fall asleep for the morning show at like 4 p.m. and being like, oh my gosh, do they ever stop? And then I panicked, do they live here? And then I found out they don't. So we were good. But that was a jarring thing to find out. Yeah.
Yeah. What did you do this weekend? You didn't. I actually don't know. I didn't ask you.
I had a phenomenal weekend.
Okay.
Great weekend. I did a bunch of different things. One thing that I'm curious if people will implement in their own weekends. And then one thing that I was shamed about, and I brought a prop.
To the podcast?
To the podcast.
I did not. Okay.
Should I lead with what I was shamed with?
Well, this is all new to me.
It's all new.
I'd love to know. I'm excited now.
So one thing that I did, which is riveting, so I'm really glad I brought it to the podcast, was I cleaned out my refrigerator.
Okay.
Now, the reason I was shamed for this is because I had quite a few things that were in there that were expired. So here's the deal. At what point do you throw it away?
Oh, I can answer that.
Okay, when?
Well, what is it?
So the thing I was shamed with is in the pantry. Oh, everything was expired for the record. My boyfriend shamed me.
Okay.
And
nice.
it was a gentle shaming and probably needed. But the point was I had so many things. We were here's how it came about. He had just helped me with yard work. We sucked up all the leaves. We spent an hour outside, like picking up sticks and doing all these things. So how kind and generous and thoughtful to spend your time in your afternoon, helping me do yard work.
Yeah,
so
that's soup's nice.
Soup's nice. So then we were making lunch, and he was in the fridge, and he's like, I don't know what is expired and what is safe. So he's like, can we look at the fridge? So we went through, and at one point what I was shamed for. Now this was in the pantry. So it's an unopened box of, what is it? Like
stovetop stuffing.
Stuffing.
Yeah.
So, unopened.
Savory herbs.
Processed. At what point would you throw this out?
Can I see it?
No, because I don't want you to look at the expiration date yet.
Well, I can see the expiration date right on the top.
Oh, don't look.
I just saw it.
Okay.
So, I mean,
So, at what point would you throw this out?
I'd like to see the date just one more time. I know it's February. Can I just see the date?
I'm asking the people.
Well, I've got to see the date.
Okay.
Okay.
I understand.
Are you serious, bro?
I understand.
Dude.
The worst part is that's not even like the
Dude,
oldest thing that we found.
Okay. So I was going to say, if this was, I'm actually I'm a little shocked. And it does feel a little crunchy.
Because it's stuffing.
So I was going to say that if it was like, 6 months maybe overdue, I'd say it's okay for this. But
Yeah.
you are...
it's unopened.
You are 5 years expired here, Julia.
Yeah. Oh,
I would...
here's why I'm also offended.
It's 5
Not
years.
offended.
2020.
So it is. And here's why I got in trouble for it. It says, February of 2020. The reason I got in trouble for it was because I moved with this. So instead of
You
throwing
brought
it out, I moved in 2021 from Washington State to Kansas.
Oh, so that's like a Washington State artifact.
It is.
But that's kind of neat. Then you might want to keep on to that for sentimental value.
That's what I think. I'm going to leave it
Yeah.
in the newsroom. I'll put it on the community desk to see if anybody wants to take it home for Thanksgiving.
You're going to get people sick.
I will not do
All
that.
right. So, okay, I would say yes. That is extreme. And So typically what I do is I throw things out when they expire. So, and things slip through the crack. Every now and then
Yeah.
you find like the mustard that, you find like, oh, we've got mustard. Oh,
Yeah.
this is expired in 2023. So sometimes that's condiments will slip through the cracks.
Yes.
But most of the time if it's within a month,
Okay.
I would consider using it
Yeah.
within a month. But if we're talking years, yeah, I'm chucking it.
I will say the 2020 was a little bit extreme.
way
Doug also
extreme.
said COVID stuffing. And Olivia called it a Thanksgiving trophy, which I agree with.
That's kind of neat.
I think it was, I don't know. I could give a lot of excuses of how it happened. But I mean, we cleaned out like the whole fridge.
So
there was a lot of expired food.
I could see how he might think it, because if he were to find that, which obviously he did,
Yeah.
he would start to think, well, you don't check, and B, you don't throw anything out. So then it would be curious, like, is this safe? Because some things may not be safe.
Yeah.
After a while.
He will say if you open it after a week, it's done. We're not eating it. We're not
Got you.
drinking it. If you open milk, he will say it is meant
That's a whole nother thing for me.
So here's my thing on the milk.
The milk.
He'll say if you open up the milk, it's done in a week. That's it. But here's my thing. Here's this. He is lactose intolerant. So we don't have regular milk. We have like the oat milk. And I think oat milk has a different shelf life. So I'm like, oat milk on the label has like a month shelf life.
Mm-hmm.
So right? I'm looking for validation here. No.
Anything dairy or even non-dairy, like almond milk or anything like that.
Okay.
I would say that I personally would follow the recommendations on the thing. Just
Okay,
I
but
would.
the recommendation on the oat milk dairy, non-dairy thing is like December of like it is obviously of 2025, but it's like the end of,
Well, you'd be fine with that. I don't think you have to throw it out after a week. I think that's extreme.
That's my thing.
Yes, I agree with that. That's a little extreme.
We throw out a ton of stuff. And I will also say my family comes into town and they will buy things for Thanksgiving. And then I feel guilty throwing it out. And I could bring it to donate. But, if you like open it up and you have a couple, I'm not going to donate crackers or things like that that are opened.
You're not throwing that out, are you?
I will throw it away.
You're not throwing that
away.
But
he brought it over to my little lunchbox that I have on the counter that I bring to work, and he said, that's going on the podcast. And I said, okay.
I don't think they even... Is Kraft still in business?
Yeah. I know. Let's see. Julie said, we will miss you both next week when we're not here. Thanks, Julie.
Thanks, Julia.
Olivia said, we finished watching a TV show on Netflix called Lost. Is that the OG Lost? Maybe it's a new show.
Sounds like it. Sounds like the OG Lost.
Doug said, Dance Dad, indeed. The reason I knew is because he posted this really cute picture of him and his daughter. And your daughter had this like gorgeous slick back bun, and it was pentatonics. And I was like, Doug has to be a dance dad. So I love that for you.
Nice.
Linda said, loving my new hair, which I appreciate. Thank you, Linda.
Oh, we don't have the, okay. So.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, we did change this. That's the old, we actually went, Karina, I say we, that's not me.
Yeah, we.
But our awesome digital, well, what were we going to call her?
CTV
producer. We're going to make that happen. She actually changed Julia's hair on this little cartoon.
Yes.
But we didn't do the bug, or she did not do the get to the bug yet.
Yes.
But there's another, So we actually have. That was pretty kind of neat that we actually changing the cartoon of you to match your awesome hair,
which we are grateful for.
Yes.
That was a lot of work.
It is.
Dina said, took the mama out to Harvey East Park Lake.
It's a beautiful
saw
lake.
some brown pelicans, but didn't catch a single fish.
Yeah, fishing's a little bit sus right now. They're a little that the water temperature dropping dramatically. They're kind of hard to find, but that's a beautiful lake out there. Underrated too. Not a lot of people know about those lakes.
Yeah.
So
I've got a silly question.
Sure.
That I should Google instead of asking on the internet.
You're gonna ask on the internet. That's like Googling.
But it's with our friends. That's what I mean. Do like fish hibernate in the winter?
They move.
Okay.
And so it's not hibernation, but they will move and usually into deeper water, and they will slow way down. They won't move around very much. They'll clump up together.
Yeah.
Many of them will get all together, and that's usually because that's where the food sources go.
Okay.
So like the food will, boop,
Boop.
go a little deeper, and then the fish will go a little deeper. Different species do different things. There are different times of the year, but no, they do not hibernate. You can catch fish year round.
That's very nice.
Ice fishing.
Oh, ice fishing, duh.
Yeah, you can cut a hole in the ice
obviously
and catch fish.
Yeah, I'm well versed.
That's all right.
Abigail is joining us and said, a year is still good. I buy things for Thanksgiving. The next year it's good.
Okay.
See? I think there are so many preservatives in that.
Yeah, but why would they put a date on there if it didn't matter? So it does matter.
I think it's a suggestion, but Doug has a really good point.
What's that?
He said, plus, on the side, you stay committed to things. The boyfriend should take that as a good sign. I am going to use that next time I find something expired.
So even after he expires, you're just going to hold on to him?
Yes.
Okay. You should check your crawl space. Not just for skunks, but I don't know if you're holding on to stuff.
I don't know.
Just saying. But you got that all squared away, right?
Oh, yeah.
Skunk thing's done. We're done with that.
Skunk thing, you actually helped me because I was going to way overpay, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
To have some things taken care of in the crawl space and some other things.
But you got that, you went the other route and it's all taken care of.
Great person came and sealed everything up.
Awesome.
Yeah, I was very grateful.
Good.
Marissa is chiming in. The Googs says, no, you should not eat prepackaged stuffing expired in 2020 as it is likely unsafe.
There you go.
But she also ended with, I think that is a suggestion. And I would have to agree.
Okay.
And Bradley said, have fun, crew. We will if we don't all get food poisoning.
Are we doing a pot? Is the station doing a thing this week?
We are tomorrow.
You're bringing stuffing, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Oh my goodness. Shocking. I have a feeling it's
Wow.
Julia's stuffing. Oh, she makes the best stuffing.
You're going to say it tastes
it's
unique.
so crunchy.
Yeah.
It's just plasticky. It's neat. It's good stuff.
It's tomorrow.
It
is
is.
our Thanksgiving potluck. You do not partake in potlucks.
I do not.
Yeah.
I hate to be that guy. I hate to be the non-team player. Not a big potluck guy.
I don't think it's that you're not a team player. I think it's that you have a thing about potlucks.
I do. I just don't. I'm going to say this. I'm not a big fan of eating other people's homemade food.
I don't think you're alone in that.
I don't know
I think
why
you're
it's-
supposed to bring like store-bought food.
Okay, but sometimes people will just bring a crock pot of stuff.
I love that.
I don't.
I love it.
I don't think so.
Like,
I don't know. Like, if I don't know you and I don't know how you prepare your food.
well,
or if
you've
you're
worked
wash-
here for 8 years, so you know everybody bringing the food.
But I don't know how they. I don't go home. I'm not at their house. I don't know how they prepare their food. I don't know how they. Did they leave the chicken out overnight on the countertop? Was it room temp before they stuck it in? I don't know.
Before they washed
Did
it in
you
the
wash?
sink.
Yeah, if they even washed it. Yeah. Is their stuffing expired? It's like 5 years old. I have no idea.
But we don't judge here.
Not judging.
You're
I'm just-
definitely. I'm not helping the
No,
potluck case.
There's no. Well, no. I mean, it's no judging. I've been that way my entire life.
I
and I'll
believe
tell you
that.
what happened. I'll tell you how this happened.
All right.
Story time.
Story time.
I was on a fishing trip in Minnesota, and I was on an island, and on this island there were like 5 cabins, and the lady that ran the island, the place was like, we're gonna have an island lunch, and everybody bring stuff. And I'm a kid, you know. I'm not really a kid at the time.
You're like 22.
I am in my 20s.
Oh, were you really?
Might have been in my 30s. Whatever. So, of course, there's like these picnic tables, and everybody brings like stuff for this island lunch. And I remember vividly, I like Jello. I'm a Jello guy. Give me some Jello, right? And there was a big Jello mold there. You know, it was like a big wiggly jiggly Jello. I'm like, oh, it looks good. It was red, so it had to be like raspberry, strawberry. The flavor, I tend to gravitate towards like the berry
You
flavor,
love
right?
red, yeah.
So I get myself a big chunk of the Jello, and I start eating the Jello, which I know who brought the Jello, which should have been, that should have been my first thing. Like, maybe I shouldn't eat this Jello. But as I'm eating the Jello, it just, man, it still brings back a lot of hair. There's a lot of human hair in the Jello, and I'm not talking about one. I'm not talking about like the
Are
random
you sure it
hair.
wasn't like an animal, like a cat?
No.
Okay.
No. It was in. It wasn't on top of the Jello. It wasn't beside the Jello. It was in the Jello, and not one strand. Not like if you were cleaning out like a sink drain.
Ew.
Yes.
Here's the deal.
It was so bad, so traumatic for me. Like, I didn't eat the rest of that day and the
Yeah.
next day, and
Here's the
it
deal.
was rough.
I don't want to victim shame, but Jello is clear. So did you not see?
You can't see. It was red. Like, it was a red Jello.
It's clear.
Right, but you're outside.
If
you're on
you
an
saw a
hold on.
ton of hair
But-
in there,
okay.
is that a them problem or a you problem?
Isn't it? But isn't it worse and more rude
If you
like,
can see it?
No, if you like get a scoop of it and you're like, you hold it up to the light. Like, that's, those people are there.
No, you leave it on your plate and you don't say a word, and then you
didn't.
dump it quietly.
I did. I took one bite, hair, and then I'm like, okay. And I was just quiet.
Except for
I did do a little of that. Yeah, I gagged.
did you swallow it? The hair?
I think I did.
See, I no. Why don't no?
Something I could do. I was chewing.
But you can see it in the clear Jello.
Man, you got to understand. We were on this fishing trip on this island, different kind of energy, Like, I'm not inspecting my food at that point in time. I just made the decision that I wasn't going to be potluck guy anymore. Like, done with that. because of that one thing.
Have you ever gotten food poisoning?
Yes.
From what?
That's a good question. I don't know. Like I could. The one time I got it really, really bad, I was at a restaurant, or so it was like the next day, and I don't remember what it was that I couldn't pinpoint it. I just knew it was food poisoning, and it was violently ill. Some of the worst sickness you can have is food poisoning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you've had it, right?
Yeah.
And do you know how you got it or where you got it?
Expired food in my fridge. I'm not kidding. I didn't connect that dot when I asked you the question.
Oh my
Had I would
gosh.
not have asked that. But yeah.
10 minutes ago, you're defending having expired food, and then you're like, oh, I got it really bad.
I will still defend it. It was fresh salami from the deli. But if you get like packaged meat, not from the deli,
right,
that's not fresh, there are so many preservatives in that it'll last a really long time.
Sure, and there's a date on those little. There's a date on the.
Yeah, but you can like wiggle the date. The only thing I won't wiggle the date on is like legit milk. There's no wiggling on that. That's the solid date.
Before it turns solid.
Yeah, exactly. Before it chunks up. But I will do like fresh meat from the deli. I also now learned my lesson on that. I don't eat salami anymore. That was where I was going with that.
Okay.
Of like, do you still eat Jello or whatever? But yeah, hard dates on the fresh meat and the real milk.
I got food poisoning from a pork rib that was on that somebody had grilled. They had people over. It wasn't a restaurant. Had people over, and he was grilling pork ribs. They call them country ribs, but they're just rib tips off of pigs. They're very cheap. They're like the reason that people like them so much is because they're super cheap. They call country style ribs or something. I don't know what it is. Anyway, and I remember eating it.
Okay.
And thinking to myself, I don't think this is cooked because it isn't really warm.
Yeah.
And it didn't look cooked. And then the next day, I was sick for like 3 days. And I know for a fact it was that pork rib that was pretty much just raw.
I could see that being a little bit of a trickier situation because you can't say, I don't think it's cooked all the way.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell him that.
Yeah.
He was a dear friend of mine, and he prides himself on cooking these ribs.
Yes.
So I didn't want to say, hey, this is moving.
Ew.
Yeah.
Doug said tonight we've learned that expired Jello sprouts hair.
Yeah, it does.
I think that's onto something.
Big bulbous
Ew.
hair clots.
Dina also said eating and flossing at the same time.
That was one of the benefits, Dina. I appreciate that because I did have my teeth were just clean as get out after because they got all between my teeth, and I was like, I don't even have to brush. I got them all flossed. Yeah.
Olivia,
and if I recall, I opened my mouth and it wasn't a mullet, but it was permed in the back, and then there was just
that was the look though back in the day. There was one mention, so deviled eggs, and then Karina said loaded with cream cheese, bacon bits, jalapenos.
That got her sick?
No, I think these are just potluck items. We smoked cream cheese tonight for the wife's work potluck manana.
See?
I love smoked cream cheese. We have a coworker that brings that in, and you best believe I'd be at that company table eating that up.
Just okay.
I love the smoked cream cheese.
I can't do homemade food.
I love it.
I just don't do it. I can't do it.
Okay, here's what I will bet. I bet tomorrow you won't. If I say, I bet tomorrow you're going to get a plate, then you will dig your heels in and refuse to get a plate. But if I didn't bring this up, you definitely would have gotten a plate tomorrow.
What time is it?
It's at 12 o'clock.
I will not be here.
No, you'll be here, though, when we get here for work. And then you'll walk by and you'll say, wow, those cookies look really good. I'm going to have one.
But the cookies are usually always store-bought.
Okay.
So I'm good with that. Let's cookie it up, man.
They're probably expired from 2023.
Well,
because I'm bringing cookies.
I know you are. Cookies and milk.
And stuffing.
And stuffing. I'll bring the hair. You bring the stuffing.
Ew.
Yay.
Yeah.
A lot of Christmas parties coming up. A lot of things. After Thanksgiving, that's like the Christmas party season. And so you have a lot of these opportunities to go to most people, well, not most people, but there's office Christmas parties and friends have Christmas parties and get-togethers. And that's a lot of potluck You're eating a lot of randos food.
Yeah.
And that's why people
Get sick.
Over the holidays. It's not because it's colder out and people are inside more.
No.
It's the food
It's the
getting you all sick.
Yeah, not you though.
No, because I don't eat anything.
I 100% you're gonna get sick. I
I'm not
know
getting
it,
sick.
and I'm gonna be like, I bet you Jeff ate at a potluck.
Yeah, no, I won't. But see, you know I haven't because I don't eat a potluck.
A normal person would be like, well, I hope you get better. Not me though.
No, I know. That's the kind of that's why we work so well together.
Yes.
So.
So we did a second thing over the weekend that I'm curious if you do it. So we went to a random restaurant,
Okay.
but he said we were trying to figure out what we wanted to do. It was Friday because we obviously have Fridays off, and he said, let's not go out. Let's pick something up. Let's pick up takeout. And then he shows me the cart that he has already filled up, and he got like family style, like catering of this specific. It was Mediterranean food.
Okay.
So at first I thought he was crazy, and then I'm down for it. So we got these huge family trays of Mediterranean food.
Nice.
And we finished it yesterday. We still have like a Costco-sized vat of hummus. It is so good.
No, that stuff will go bad. You need to be careful.
How
with
quickly?
hummus. Well, just be careful with that.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Like
Can you freeze hummus?
yeah, I would not.
Really?
I mean, you could.
We
You
were
can
gonna
freeze
freeze it.
anything. Yeah, freeze it. Fine.
We're just gonna
I
see
think
what
that's
happens.
disgusting, but
We're just gonna see.
yeah. I have a feeling there'll be a lot of hummus tomorrow. At the
There's gonna
potluck.
be a
That's how I
ton
feel
of
like. I feel like Julia's gonna have stuffing and hummus.
And milk. But I loved it.
Stuffmas.
I will add no. I will absolutely like I'm on board now for this family style thing.
Okay, yeah, I like the family style thing a little bit too.
Yeah.
Is shawarma Mediterranean?
Yes.
Okay, I love shawarma.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a place in Chicago that I used to eat all the time, and they had the big meat on a stick, and then they just like
Yes.
cut the meat off. You know,
Now,
that's what I like.
I think, yeah.
I like that.
I think that's Mediterranean.
That's shawarma?
Shawarma. If it is, then yes, I
Okay.
believe so.
Yeah,
To the best of my knowledge.
I like shawarma. I like it.
Olivia got sick from orange chicken that she got at a store. I haven't
That's-
eaten it since.
That makes sense. You can get you could pick up a thing from
Anywhere.
anywhere. Usually like something like I know what she's talking about. You could get a thing from that. Anything that's in a tray that's like under heat lamps where like you walk by and you look at it and they're like, I want some of that. Then that you could be a little sus. A little bit.
Yeah, but I feel like, everybody's at risk of food poisoning anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Even in your own home.
You can get food poisoning on eating a salad. I mean, you can get
Oh.
listeria off a piece of lettuce.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I had a salad today and I feel a little wonky.
It's probably because you ate at a potluck.
Probably. No, I did not. I did not. So.
Olivia said tune in after hours next time for a science experiment. And Dina said, love this group. I appreciate all your comments. Did you start coughing like a cat when you were getting rid of a hairball? Like getting rid of a hairball?
I didn't, but I used a litter box for 2 weeks, which was odd. My wife was like, what are you doing?
Probably a mess everywhere.
It was, yeah. I did not, but I do remember. It's funny she brought that up because I do remember, like, literally hacking up. Like, I didn't cough up the hairball, but it just, like, that feeling of hair in the back of your throat, even though it's not there, it's like that placebo.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it was awful.
That's actually a pretty bad one. Like when you're at a restaurant and you find a hair in your food.
Yeah, but what made this so traumatic is that it wasn't like one hair. Like it was a cluster.
I still stand by. I would notice a cluster of
Nah.
hair.
No,
Yeah,
No,
I
it was-
would though.
I had sunglasses on.
Yeah, inside.
It was dark,
Yeah,
so yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Uh-huh.
I understand why you don't want to go to a potluck.
I just don't.
I think you're allowed
I'm
to
sorry.
say I don't want
It's
to
not-
participate.
I'm not trying to be mean. I mean, I don't eat stuff. If I go to somebody's party, I don't eat their stuff. I just don't.
I've seen you eat 4 donuts at the company kitchen table.
Those were brought in
Yeah.
and purchased at a place that is
I've also
professional
seen you
donut makers.
touch the donuts.
Oh, here we go. I had to make sure they were ripe. You don't want to get a raw donut. Yeah, you can end up
No.
in the hospital with a raw donut.
Okay, that's cool.
Got to make sure that dough is all cooked. So you thump them like a melon.
Yeah.
talked about that.
It's throwback.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We'll remember that tomorrow.
I did touch a few. There was that day that you saw me do that. I feel bad about that. I
Which
should've-
day? There were a couple.
It was one time.
Okay.
Exaggerator.
I think it was more than once.
No, it was once.
I am an equal opportunity potluck person.
You are adventurous. I think that's my nature. I'm not the most adventurous guy, so I don't take a lot of chances, which means I don't eat a lot of food. I'm very picky with food, so I won't eat a lot of food, and that kind of it's been kind of a problem for me because I want to try new things.
Tomorrow could be the day.
No,
we could say let's do it,
and
then we'll report back on after hours.
Missing the point with this. It's not. It's not. Potluck's off the table. Okay, let's take that. It's off the table.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that I typically wouldn't even try new food in a restaurant. I'm a creature of habit.
Really?
And I'm not the most outgoing guy, and I wish I was. And that kind of shows through with my unwillingness to try new foods.
Yes. I've got a question for you. When you go out to eat and it's you and your wife, do you guys share, like each of you share what you got?
No. In the past, no, but she would always try to get me to try something new.
Yeah.
And I would refuse when really I should be a little more open to that.
Yeah.
But I haven't been.
I love that me and my boyfriend will each, like, I get some of his food, he gets some of my food. I would be, if he was like, no, you can't have any of my food. And I was not always that person, but he started that. And now I'm like, oh, good. I get to try 2 meals.
Yeah. Yeah. So let me be clear. You guys will order your meals and then just pick off each other's plates.
No. We will.
That's what I thought.
Sometimes we will order our meals and we'll say, sometimes he eats a lot more than I do. Okay. So sometimes I do have this thing where I'm like, I would like 2 entrees and an appetizer and maybe another entree and I'm going to eat it all. And he will say the same thing that my sister says, which is my sister will say, no, order 1 entree. And if you would like more after that, you can get whatever you want, but let's start with 1. Gotcha. And then I eat like half of my entree and I'm glad I didn't order 3. Okay. So sometimes we'll go and say, okay, let's get 1 entree and like an appetizer. And sometimes we'll split that and then a dessert. And we'll split all of it.
The appetizer thing, I've done that. We'll discuss. Hey, do you want the fried pickles or whatever? Yeah. And I'll be like, yeah, I'll have some of those because sometimes she wants something, but she knows she's not going to eat all of it, so she needs to check with me first to see if I'll kind of pick up the slack, and then if I am, then she'll order it. But if I'm not interested, she might rethink that order. Yeah,
but then the other half of the time, we'll say, what are we going to get? And we won't get the same thing because we want to split. So like maybe like he gets a steak and I get like shrimp pasta. 2 totally different dishes. Super different. But then I get half of the steak and he gets half of the shrimp pasta, and it's this great
surf and turf.
Surf and turf.
Boom. I like how you guys think.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. That's a solid plan, solid game planning on
that
your
you
part.
will not be doing, but that's cool.
What? No, I would do that. I think I've probably done that a time or 2 in my past. I don't know. I don't think about it much.
Dina said, Jeff gave me a new idea for a koozie. I'm dying to know what that is. I hope it is cat, like related.
Yeah,
hairball related.
Hairball related.
Doug wants to know, do you eat at buffets?
Doug, I used to. When I was a kid, my grandfather would take us to Furr's Cafeteria. I know some of you listeners out there, but you ever hear of a Furr's Cafeteria?
Nope.
Of course you haven't. So, which is no big deal because it was a popular buffet years ago in Wichita. There was another place called The Choice, which some of you may or may not remember. And there was a time when I was a kid, it was kind of our favorite thing to do was to go to buffets when I was a kid. My grandfather, again, took us to Furr's Cafeteria, then we'd go to The Choice, and you're a kid, and you're just like load up on the junk and all that kind of stuff. However, I do not. Now I have grown out of the buffet. I'm not a buffet fan. I would, it's not my choice. I wouldn't say, let's do the buffet.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to. So the answer to your question is yes. There was a time when that was like my thing.
I think that's fair.
And now I'm like, I'm not good.
I don't like buffets because I know that I'm not going to eat enough to justify the buffet cost.
Oh, I do.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I would. Yeah, what, $9.99 or $11.90, whatever. Back
what
then.
buffets are you going to for $9.99?
No, well, back then it wasn't that expensive. Well, comparatively, back then it was probably still pricey comparatively speaking to other restaurants.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it is today.
Yeah.
You're not paying $19 to go through a buffet. Or you weren't back then.
Steve wants to know, so can't all restaurant food be considered potluck food?
Yes,
Because
he's
somebody
right.
else is
Well,
making
he's
it.
absolutely correct. I'm not, and that's the thing is, it is just a mental thing, because I know I'm fully aware that there's probably some restaurant food that wasn't prepared in the most sanitary way. I mean,
I try not to think about that,
Right,
and
I
I
don't
also try
either.
to avoid those restaurants.
but it's a mental thing. Do you know? Because you
yeah,
sit in a
it's all
restaurant.
mental.
It is. You sit in a restaurant, and you think, well, there's a health inspector, and they've got somebody owns this, and they got to hire these people. But then if it's like they're cooking at home, you just don't know.
Danny said, was the Jello furry there too? If you're going to a buffet, like Fur's buffet.
Furs, like furry. No, there was no. I never got a hair that I was aware of at the Furs.
Karina said, I miss Ryan's buffet that used to be on Rock and Kellogg.
I remember Ryan's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Olivia said, my dad got sick at a buffet styled restaurant. He got really, really sick, and we've never gone back because he was the only one to get sick. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
I feel like people who get so okay, do you eat Jello?
Yeah. Not lately, but I'll still eat Jello. It took me a while after the
That's the
hair
point.
incident. Yeah, it did. But you darn well sure I inspect it.
Oh.
What?
Dina said she got kicked out of a Red Lobster during the all-you-can-eat shrimp.
Oh.
I actually really like that for you, Dina.
I'm actually going to Red Lobster on Thursday.
Oh.
Lunch with my brother. That's our lunch place.
That's
the
so
Red
fun.
Lobster. We call it the Blobster.
What are you gonna get?
I get the same thing. We get the same thing. My brother and I get the same dang dish every single time
That's
for the
okay.
last 30 years.
Well,
It's popcorn shrimp.
you could get popcorn shrimp and then get something else.
It comes with a vegetable. I usually get popcorn shrimp
And
and like
broccoli.
some broccoli. Yeah.
Yep.
And then,
You could get something other than that. You could order like another thing to say, hey, I'm contributing to us trying something new.
I'm pretty sure. No, it's Red Lobster. I kind of know. I'm pretty good. I'm all right with. I don't need to try their new stuff there. I'm good. It's popcorn shrimp, bro.
Dude,
What?
you could just try something.
Nah. What? I'll try the.
You're like, I really want to try new things, but not ever.
There's not anything new there that I'm gonna try.
You could try something new tomorrow at the potluck.
I won't be at the potluck.
You will after.
No.
Okay. Do not walk by then.
I won't.
And snag a cookie
I
or
will get a cookie.
snag a brownie.
I will get a.
Those
I
are
won't
not
do the
for you.
Don't do the brownies. I'm not doing homemade brownies. You know, come on. You put anything you want in a brownie. I ain't taking the brownie. Cookies.
Okay.
Store-bought cookies at a potluck. Excellent.
You know the fluffy cookies?
No.
No? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the fluffy, you either put
with
like
the
baking soda in it or something to make it kind of fluffy.
Store-bought ones, like the sugar cookies that are kind of fluffy with the
No.
icing.
They're not store-bought.
Okay, then no.
Somebody's got to know what
I think we're out of time too, by the way.
We're out of time.
Dang, I don't want to be out of time. I want to keep going.
Okay, Dina chimed in, which I'm going to share. Food poisoning is dramatic. I also think traumatic. Like drinking too much tequila, even the smell makes you sick.
Yes.
I think that's a
Yeah,
good
that's true.
correlation.
Well, here's the good news. We're going to be back tomorrow.
Yes.
With some fresh content. For real. We're going to do something cool tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. And we're
Yeah,
going to
we're gonna
learn
do
if
something cool
he
tomorrow.
stopped by the potluck.
Yeah, and thank you all for watching, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.